Boom! I think we're live. We're live. Welcome back, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We're back on Airbnb Jamz. I know it's been 2 Tuesdays. I think we didn't go live. And we just want to say, number one, we're sorry. We've been moving a lot. I've been moving from state to state, guys. First of all, if you're new to this channel, my name is Mamadou Diallo. And normally we go live every single Tuesday and bring you guys all things about Airbnb news, tips, and tricks. We can even do listing audits for your Airbnb rental, right? And so I'm your host, Mamadou Diallo. I'm here with my co-host, Marta Miner. And we haven't done it for 2 Tuesdays, guys. And we're back, to announce what we've been working on, where we were. Like for me, I moved in a whole different state. What are we doing moving forward? So this one is going to be short and quick, but it's just to let you guys know we're still here. We're back. From this Tuesday on moving forward, we're going to be coming back live and giving value to you guys. And I'm going to let my co-host introduce herself.
Yes. Hello, Mamadou. I don't know if Hong is coming, but I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Marta Miner, and I am a real estate investor as well as hospitality and brand reputation expert. So I bring in the hospitality aspect of Airbnb to this podcast. So I was also traveling when you were moving, and I was staying at my Airbnb at the lake and some other Airbnbs. So I brought stories for you guys. We can share
Let's go.
amazing and bad experiences we're having. So we're here to add value, and we definitely skipped a couple weeks, but it was so busy for both you and myself that I was remodeling my whole office. I have shelving now, so I was like living out of the kitchen for a while, but we're back.
Yeah. Let's go, guys. Yeah. And for me, I was traveling from state to state, guys. I went almost like 7 different states, all like connecting with people, doing deals.
Wow.
Had some, podcast invites. Obviously, had to meet Pace in Atlanta also because he added me in his new book for Bigger Pockets. So if you don't have that book yet, yes, I'm inside the book, guys.
Yay.
If you don't have it yet, is Wealth Without Cash, I think it's called,
Yes.
the title.
Yes.
Literally, guys, get it. If you don't know nothing about creative finance, I promise you guys, he dropped a lot of gems. And obviously, us as students, we're giving our stories. Not only that, we're also talking about deals we've done, like stories on deals we've done, right? So, and I just moved to Atlanta. I'm at the parking lot right now because I just finished connecting with the pad split queen. Because my team and we're gonna start building a pad split portfolio as well. So I was tapping into that, and I just met them, fantastic people. And so that's the update, guys. So we're here. I'm in Atlanta now, so I'm gonna be louder than ever before, even right, connecting with Abraham, Gray, Eddie, and all those guys.
Wow.
And so so we have other updates as well. I have another Airbnb fun story, nightmare story that I'm gonna tell you guys after Marta tell you guys what she's been doing. But that's the reason, guys, why we haven't been doing for the past 2 Tuesdays. We've been moving. Hung also, I know he was busy, went on some events, and I know there's a lot of other properties that he was dealing with, and so it's gonna happen anyway. So I think what we're gonna do also moving forward, guys, if we cannot go live on a Tuesday, we'll just pre-record and still add value to you guys that way as well. But Marta, let's get into it. Let's give them the stories of what you've been working on, what's been going on with you in your life.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this week is also really busy because I'm going to my third mastermind with Pace. So it's this Thursday through Saturday. I'm super excited. They're always so amazing, right? The guest speakers and just energy in the room. It's amazing. But as far as my stories, I have a couple to share. So I picked this Airbnb to go and stay at, and I actually recorded a lot of videos about it already prior to going because I didn't like how they charge these extra fees. And we actually talked about it on our previous podcast, how extra cleaning fees, management fee, whatever fees, it ended up being like $1,000 for extra fees just for that Airbnb. But I thought it's worth it because the place was amazing. I handpicked it out of hundreds of Airbnbs available in that community and Branson area. That was in Branson, Missouri. So I picked it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that high level, amazing design. Like I know the area. I know it's going to be a great experience. This seems like a great host. Yes. So that's not how it ended. I've never had an experience like that in my life. And what I want to talk about is like, if you guys own Airbnbs and you have a great product like they did, like it was amazingly designed, high-end professional, Everything I teach
Mhm.
was there. Every single item for your convenience was there. But then their customer service was some of the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
And it
wow.
takes one bad customer review for them
Yes.
to
Yes.
lose all their money. If I was a spiteful and mean person, they would have lost their business pretty much, because what they did to me, if I left them a review, you going from like 4.8 to probably, I don't know what it would drop them to, but I had to give them a 1 if I was going to give them a review. And if I described what happened to me, they would have gone out of business, because nobody would stay there after that. Nobody, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
like, you can't really slack off if you have a great product and you think, okay, we're good. We're good, you know, like for the most part, like we have a really good product. People want to stay there. We don't have to treat them properly anymore. So
Right.
a couple details of what happened to me and their responses. Because here the thing is, like a lot of people jumping into Airbnb don't understand that primarily this is a hospitality business.
Yes.
Secondary, you're making money on it, right? Like that's awesome. You can make money. But if you don't know hospitality and the first difficult guest you get, you don't know what to do with them, you're not going to survive this business, because you will come across somebody who either has more questions than average or they don't like something. And if you don't know how to deal with that customer, I mean, what is going to happen? You get a bad review, and a
Right.
couple of bad reviews, you're out of business, you know?
100%. 100%.
I don't know if you have a comment before I tell you the story. I'll just go through the story real quick. Oh, you disappeared on me. I don't know if you can still hear us, but I'll keep with the story because it's too good not to say. And I will not disclose who this person is. Oh, you're back. You're back, Mamadou.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not going to disclose any details on where that place is, because I always say I'm not in a business to ruin somebody else's business or life or
Right.
anything.
Right.
But I was giving multiple opportunities to this host to improve and do something better, and they did not take advantage of that. So really I could have gone and left them a 1. But anyway, I tried to check into this Airbnb. I paid for early check-in. They charged me $25 to check in 1 hour early, which I thought already is like, okay, like you don't have to charge me $25, but if you want to, that's fine. So I go in, and driving through the neighborhood, my GPS could not find the property. It took me 25 minutes, if not 30. I'm not joking. The numbers of houses were like 10, 11, 12, 15. I'm like, well,
Uh-huh.
what happened to 14? Nowhere to be found. Your GPS just takes you on a wild goose chase. The reason I was able to find it is because I'm like, okay, let's go back to photos. So I went to the photos and tried to find the backyard of this specific.
Oh.
And
Right.
looking, I'm like, it must be up there in the hills, or maybe it's, like that's how I found it. So
Right.
first thing, if you know your property is difficult, because you probably had that from other guests, right? It's not the first one that couldn't follow GPS. Then you have
Right.
to send instructions and say, hey, take a first right instead of going straight, because you'll never find it otherwise, ever. All right,
Right.
so I get there. It's pouring down rain. It's raining like crazy. I have my daughter. I have all my luggage, everything. I'm trying to get in, and you can't get in. And then
Right.
I go back, and I'm like, what is happening with the lock? Maybe they didn't activate the code yet or something. So I look on their description, and it says the lock is funny sometimes. You have to pull up the door and kick it and twist it, move it, dance in circles a few times, and then it will open. And I'm like, okay, I followed all the instructions. I pushed, I pulled, I lifted, I twisted, nothing. So I'm standing there for 15 minutes. Mind you, I paid $25 already to check in early. I was not able to check in because the door doesn't work and I can't find the place, right? I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Finally, I let go. I'm like, okay, change the energy, get out of this, go back to the car. Came back a few minutes later. I worked with it. It opened. So I called the property manager and I said, hey, your door is not working. Can you provide additional way for me to get in? Because I was meeting with actually another sub 2 student that evening. And I'm like, I'm going to be coming home at 10 o'clock. I want to be able to get in. Like, you guys will not answer at 10 o'clock, right? So give me a backup. So she's like, oh, okay. We have the key. We have the, what is this thing called that realtors use? Like an additional lock, you know what I mean? That you can
Lockbox.
Oh, lockbox.
lockbox. Yeah.
Lockbox.
So the lockbox, she's like, yeah, just use the lockbox. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, I don't think anything of it. I'm just like annoyed slightly, right? Because it's already been difficult. So I get in, the place is amazing. It's gorgeous, right? And then we start going upstairs and the carpet is filthy dirty. I'm talking leftover food,
Oh wow.
everything. It's just dirty, right? So I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe they forgot to clean the stairs, whatever. I go upstairs and it's the same thing with all the flooring. Like all the flooring is dirty. So I'm like, that's super weird. This place is so nice. Like, why would they not do that? So then I
Mhm.
go into my daughter's bathroom and the lights are flickering, like bam, 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 bam. It's like a disco, like we can't turn the lights on. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like both light bulbs. So you can't
It's a
even.
nightmare.
I mean, listen, I don't look at it as a nightmare. I'm thinking it's maintenance issue. It's not a big deal, right? So I
Mm.
call them and I'm like, hey guys, just so you know, I'm also a host. I do it professionally. I'm not here to complain. I'm letting you know the carpets haven't been cleaned, like the floors are dirty. She's like, do you want us to send somebody? I'm like, I don't know. Let me just look through the house. I can probably deal with it. But then my nanny and my in-laws come in and they're like, oh, this carpet is really dirty. Like, let's not take our shoes off. It's gross. So I'm like, I call them again. I'm like, yeah, I think maybe let's send somebody to clean it up. Like, it's kind of yucky. So then
Mhm.
I'm trying to brush my teeth. The sink is clogged. The water raises up, right?
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's just like all these little things. And then outside, it's pouring down rain. It's really hardcore raining. And there's wires hanging because they have the outside lighting, like those pretty string lights, right? And there's
Right.
just wires hanging there because I think it got loose and disconnected. So I pretty much said, hey, when you guys are here, can you also check the light? Because I don't know if it's safe or not. I don't know electrical. I'm just telling you it's hanging and it's raining hardcore. So I'm like, can you guys just figure that out? But I said I would never leave you a bad review over that. Like I honestly just wanted to let you know because other person will leave you a bad review. I'm just telling you, check
Right.
on your cleaners. I have
Right.
problems with my cleaning crew at my lake house, and I'm always like, we don't want that. Like I thought I was doing them a favor. Plus, there is a plaque by the door that says, we want to satisfy all your, needs. And if you have any problems, please let us know. So I'm like, I'm letting you know. So then the next morning, I go out with my sub two friend, have a glass of wine, come back home. My in-laws are already asleep, so I didn't know what happened. I wake up in the morning, it's Saturday. My daughter wants to watch cartoons. We go downstairs, I turn the TV on, and it says the TV has to be set up. It's not even set up yet. And
Oh man.
I go to set it up, and it says, what's your email to set up the TV? I said, I'll give you my email. Like, so I called them and I said, guys, the TV is not set up. What's your email so I can work with it? And I'm thinking at that point, if it was me, if I was the host, I would have given them a gift card. I would have sent it
Yeah.
right away.
100%. Yeah.
Right? Like you want
Right.
to be like, guys, I'm so sorry. All these issues happened to you. Like I am so apologetic. And
Right.
Right.
right? Like, wouldn't you guys do that? That's common
No,
sense.
100%.
Oh yeah, for
100%.
for sure. Because in my eyes, I'm gonna have to reimburse it somehow, some way anyway. Whether it's sending someone to the property or having to reimburse them at the end just to say I'm sorry. I'd rather give it to them as part of
Upfront.
like, yeah, upfront. So like for instance, we just had a situation the other day where like someone came and our cleaning crew was still there, and there was a miscommunication, and they thought that no one was checking in, and so these people drove 13 hours, and they got there, and it still wasn't like done cleaning.
Yeah.
So instead, I just said, hey guys, like you guys, I know you haven't, you want to shower, but you haven't ate anything for dinner either. Why don't you go grab dinner and then just send me the receipt, and I'll pay for whatever it was for dinner, and it's on us. And they were cool with it, and they actually like really look forward to it as well. And
Yeah.
so like be
You can
upfront
turn
with
it
it, and you
around
can, yeah, exactly.
so quickly.
And
So that can be turned around very fast, right? You will never believe what happened to me. Ever, ever, ever. If I told you, you're going to say, you're lying. There's no way this happened. So I have pictures of everything, every little thing, the flashing lights like this. I have a video of this. My daughter can't take a shower, dirty floors, videos, dirty couches everywhere, not cleaned up. Okay, I go to do the laundry. I open it up. There's stuff in the washer and in the dryer, wet, mold and towels in the washer and the dryer full. I don't know if they were mold, but they were wet sitting there for I don't know.
right.
I pulled them out. There's like a pile going up to here. So you know that the cleaners forgot. Like they probably didn't
Yeah.
finish They were gonna finish, left.
I think they got a bad cleaner or
right?
something.
No, so listen to this. So not only the TV doesn't work, and I'm just like, already you ruined like my morning. And my in-law said last night we couldn't watch TV because there was no TV. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm paying $800 a night for this place. Like I don't even have a TV. That's ridiculous.
$800 a night?
It was like,
Damn.
well, with taxes and everything, it was probably more because I told you that's the place that charges these excessive. There was $600, no, $500 cleaning fee plus management fee, whatever fees. So I'm like, hey, dude, if you're charging me $500 for cleaning, you better have a clean house for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I could tell it wasn't clean. I have pictures. I don't want to put them on a blast, so I'm not going to show you, but the pictures are atrocious. So I told the guy, do you want me to send you these videos and pictures? He's like, no. I don't need that. Okay. So I figure out the TV. He gives me his email. I set up his TV for him. How much does handyman charge? Because I should be paid for that. But
literally, I mean, just to call someone out, it's like $50, $100 just to get them out there.
Yeah, nothing was done. Listen to this. I go to Silver Dollar City. It's like an attraction, amusement park, whatever. I go with my daughter and my mother-in-law. My father-in-law, just to like give you some private information, was just diagnosed with cancer and he just had a treatment. He barely could make it from where he lives to this place just to see his granddaughter. So he had to stay at the house because he can't move very much, right? I'm going to Silver Dollar City and I get an email from this host. And do you know what it says? Pretty much they say, you complain too much. We want you to leave.
Oh, wow.
No.
Yes.
way.
He says, it seems like we're not a good match and I would like you to vacate the property and you can go to Airbnb and try to find another rental. And I said, what? What did you just say? Like, I just told you that the house is dirty. I didn't say anything else. I said, hey, can you take care of the maintenance issue? Those are your problem. That's not me problem.
Right.
And I sent him a message. I said, I can't leave. I have a father-in-law that can't move. He drove here from Arkansas and I can't move my 4-year-old and my father-in-law middle of the day as we're in an amusement park. He says to me, then you can't complain about anything else from now on.
Oh my God.
I'm letting you stay. I have it documented. I can show you.
Oh, wow.
This is where I'm like, okay, why this person don't deserve to be blasted? Like you're really nice. I'm blasting this person.
I don't like ruining people's lives. This is not the end of the story. He ruined my entire weekend, obviously, right? My heart was beating like this. I'm like, what if they, come in middle of the night and kick us out? I have nowhere to go with my daughter, my in-laws, like this is uncomfortable. It's not like I'm here just having fun. Like I have adults there, elderly people. So I'm sitting there dealing with the dirt, with everything they did. And I'm like, let me just try to enjoy. But of course I couldn't enjoy. So first thing in the morning, an hour before they tell us to leave, I write him a long email saying, hey, I don't know where this miscommunication happened, but just so you know, I do it professionally. I'm also a consultant for other hosts. So let's just forget about this. And I wanted to describe to you what actually happened. Like, this is what happened. I have videos. My father-in-law, I cannot move him. It really hurt my feelings when you tried to make me leave, or then you told me stop complaining. So I said, how about you just refund me a cleaning fee and we call it even. I'm not going to leave bad reviews or nothing. Guys, I leave him email this long. He responds to me, get lost, and he blocks me. I have pictures. I have proof. I have pictures of this.
Oh,
wow. They do not need to be in this industry. I think. Yeah. I think they're in the wrong industry.
Yeah, they're. I mean,
he says he told me we've never had anybody that complained about cleaning or anything else. Like, how dare you complain? I'm like, listen, if you came and saw it and then you thought I'm complaining about something that doesn't exist, that's one thing. You never send the cleaners. You never came to check it. I have pictures and videos.
You should request for a full refund.
So I went to Airbnb, which also ruined my brunch. I had this amazing brunch at Top of the Rock in Branson, my favorite restaurant. We're paying through the roof money, and I'm on the phone with Airbnb. Hey, guys, he said he's going to leave me a negative review. And then on top of that, he said no to my refund request, and he blocked me. I can't communicate with him. He blocked me. Oh, wow. So the Airbnb contacts the guy. He never responds to them either. So then they're like, okay, you're getting not only a refund for your cleaning fee, but also like $200 extra, like as a whatever, you know.
I would have requested for a
Full
whole
refund,
lot
right?
more. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
have
hundred
requested.
percent, Martin. That's not
Yeah,
even. That's not
or
even.
yeah, that's
And
not hospitality. That's
yeah,
not
and I'm
hospitality.
not talking about like blasting this guy on online or whatever, but I would have left him that bad review for sure because he
Oh
actually
yeah.
deserves that review. Like that's not. This is just a douchebag of a human being. It has nothing
Yeah,
to do with. Like you
Right.
can tell this entire. This
you're
is what.
super nice, Marta.
Right.
I am.
This
You're like
this is
you're
how
like
he.
a unicorn. I mean,
This
I
is how
wish
he
you could
deals.
say that at my
Unicorn that,
places.
and I told the guy, I said, you talk to me this way. I've told him, I said, nobody has ever talked to me this way. I'm the best guest you'll ever have, ever. I don't complain. I
That's
complain because
crazy.
it's dirty, but I said, I will clean your place. I put coasters everywhere. Guys, put the coasters here. Don't ruin his couch. Don't ruin his table. Like, that's what I do. I run around, I clean the place, and then I leave either positive review or no review. And on top of that, I have a platform where I can blast you and kill your business.
Yeah. Guys,
And
please put your biggest nightmare being an Airbnb guest in the comments. I would love to hear it. This is
right, those
That's
crazy.
are
wild.
fun. Those are
That's
Yeah,
fun.
that's pretty
wild.
wild. That's
So
crazy.
yes, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. This Saturday was the last day that I could have left him a review, and I was waiting
Mm.
for him to say something bad, like she's complainer. Don't ever let her stay. Airbnb already told me they're going to remove his review if he's trying to like retaliate, right? One
Yeah.
other thing that hosts don't understand, even if I was partially wrong, which I know I'm not, I have documents. Airbnb is going to side with me. If you're in this business, you need to know that if a guest complains, 90% of the time, if guest has approved, they're going to side with the guest. So
Right.
don't fight with me. Why are you even fighting with me? You're going to get a bad review and Airbnb will refund me anyways, right?
Right.
You need to know when you're a host, what are your rights? What are your customers' rights? Because they will side with the customer. The customer pays the bills,
Mhm.
yours and Airbnb's, right? So it's like,
Yep.
what is going on, people? I don't get it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was
Where was this? Where was this?
Branson, Missouri. It's like a
Branson.
huge community of just short-term rentals. There's like so many to choose from, you know. So it's like, dude, if you're like unique unicorn, then I get maybe you can treat me crappy and I'll come back. But there's like 50 other of the exact same unit. It's 50. And he's just doing that. I'm like, the guy has no
That's
clue,
crazy.
but it's great for my business. I'm like, hey, I can share these reviews now and teach other people what not to do because it actually happened to me, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Or you buy an Airbnb right next to him and fucking crush him completely.
That's fine.
But that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. So Hong, so on today's episode, we're just here telling people what we've been doing, how we missed 2 Tuesdays, apologizing, obviously, letting them know we're back. I've been telling them, for me, been moving from state to state, traveling, doing all this fun stuff, and just moved to Atlanta, obviously, so settling. Marta just gave her story. She was also moving, and I know you were busy with a lot of stuff. So this is really just a quick telling them, what you've been busy doing, why we haven't done the 2 Tuesdays, and that's basically it, letting them know that we're back, and yeah.
With the
So let them
vengeance.
know what you've been working on.
Yeah. No. Well, it's good to be back. I hope. And also, Mamadou, Atlanta looks good on you, bro. That backdrop right there, it's amazing. I see it.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, no, we've all been busy traveling a little bit. Marta, obviously. Me, I've just been focusing on a couple of projects and hiring a operations manager. So I'm kind of trying out an operations manager right now. So once we get that on board, I will have a lot more home time.
Yay.
So that way,
what is an operations manager? What are they responsible for?
When problems come up in terms of day-to-day operations, most of the time my team has it. Like they have their SOPs and they have the information sheet for each property, so they know what to do. But sometimes things are a little bit more unique, or maybe like an inquiry might be a little bit more unique, like a request. And so in those situations, like they'll go to me. But if I have an ops manager, they will. If the problems would then go to him first, and then if he can't resolve it, then it goes to me. And this person is going to be more hands-on. Like they're American. They're someone that's close to me. And so it's someone that I can kind of like bounce ideas back and forth with, instead of just my team of VAs, which, you know, they're like amazing already. It's just that there's just some things that they're not, they don't have like the capacity to make those type of decisions all the time. And so so yeah, that's basically it. And so
how do you find an operations manager? Do you reach out to the community, or is it like just so you can help people figure out like how would they find somebody in that position? Is it network, or how do you find that?
Definitely it's someone that has like real estate background. I mean, for me, you know, so that way that when quotes come up, or when we need to get like some big numbers, they at least know, okay, what should we get? You know, how many quotes have we already looked at? That sort of thing. And they're a little bit easier to bounce ideas back on. And also, it's someone that I can tell them the result that I want, and then they'll go out and they'll figure it out and get the result. Like, I don't care whichever way we get there. It's just as long as we get to that result. So they're going to help me build out the SOPs and stuff too.
Is that a salary position, or how do you pay?
Yeah, yep. So it's going to be a salary position. And then I think down the line, if it works out well, and you know, I'd love to reinvest into people. So that way I'll probably, you know, give them some type of commissions or something as well, performance based.
That's good.
Nice. That's awesome, man. You need that home time, because you're way busy.
I know. My goal is to respond back to people right away, same day.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
nice.
we've been chasing Hong down, because he hired through CallStar his VAs. We've been chasing him down to hire a third person. Like, bro, cannot get hold of Hong, which a lot of things like it shouldn't even be through him. Like just an admin assistant can take so much out of your plate, like responding to people's emails and all that crap. You give them an inbound number, they can even respond to text messages. You know,
yeah, that's something that I need to. Yeah, that's something that I need to set up for sure.
Yeah, because a lot of people reach out to you is like things that is so basic that you don't necessarily need them in your life right away, because they're not even ready to invest with you. They don't have the property, they don't have the motivation, they have nothing. They just have like a lot of hypothetical questions or whatever. But it's good to keep the relationship, because in the future they'll bring you opportunities. So like if you have an admin assistant or whatever that can respond to them on a timely manner and filter them, maybe keep them on the list, you know what I mean, and then give them your social media and so on, so they can follow for more tips or whatever. But that's dope, bro. That's awesome. I think I'm more excited about that than anything else for you, because
the operations manager, that sounds really good. That's going to take a lot of your hands, I think.
To get home, I know I'm busy, but this man right here, bro.
I know. You need an assistant that can keep track of, like, because I know sometimes I send you a message and you always respond, but sometimes I already like, okay, I didn't do that deal. And you're like, Marta, I'm analyzing it for you. I'm like, no, I already, you know, so maybe keep important, which I'm not going to be in the category of important unless it's business, right? But like, to get back to within a day, people to get back to within 2 days or whatever, like your system can prioritize that for you.
We live in a speed economy.
So no, for sure. And that's why I've really like been focusing on it these past week or so, especially after like being in the hospital for so many days with my dad and my grandpa and stuff like that. It made me realize, like, man, I need to have someone
for your own time too. Yeah, for your own time. Otherwise, you get drained with this stuff, man.
Absolutely
drained. Sure. So there you have it, guys. That's the updates. For me, like I said, I'm in Atlanta right now. I just moved, just settled. Already got 3 properties under contract here in Atlanta, and I barely moved here 3-4 days ago. So we're doing boom, boom, boom. You got it. So we're doing a lot of the pad split model right now that I'm looking into, because Atlanta, they're cracking down on Airbnbs a lot. So we're gonna go after the pad split model, and I just met the pad split team to go over to understand a little bit like what the buy box is. Super interesting. It's a one-stop shop. As you know, I'm all about cash flow. I'm not a big fix and flipper kind of guy. So I'm looking into that. So Atlanta, we can do more of that. And then in other states as well. Like I think for that business model. For you guys that don't know what Pat Split is basically they provide affordable housing for a blue collar type of tenants that rent by the room. So the property have to be very close to like jobs, very close to public transportation. 4 beds and up ideally, but the cash flow is a no brainer. It's almost like Airbnb, midterm type of cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there. So if you want high return for your buy and holds, as we all know, like the regular rental where you get $200 cash flow is going out of style,
Right.
unless you get it in a neighborhood where like appreciation wise is a no brainer for me to get $100 a month and keep it for the long term when my kids is ready to go to school. Even though they won't go to school, my kids will be home taught. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing, guys. So I'm here I'm in the parking lot right now. I just got out of the meeting. I'm like, fuck it, we gotta go live today. But I'm setting up my physical studio at home. That should be done also. So it's gonna be I'm gonna have more, better camera, better mics, all that fun stuff. I already have a bunch of my friends that owns offices here in the city in Atlanta. So sometimes I'll be there also. And just making new connections, man. I'm here in Atlanta to make as much connections as I can, high level people, plug into the network so I can also expand. Right now, I'm working on, my community from Africa and Europe. I'm working on bringing a lot of private money from there also, not just here. We're trying to see how legally we can do that. There's a lot of people out there, so we're already building a whole ecosystem around that. So, man, I'm here to explode. Like I literally like
You feel like
yeah. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea. So, and I'm hyperactive kind of personality. So this is a perfect place for me because everything just go 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 go. And so yeah, so I'm here, guys. I'm super excited about us getting back into this, adding more value to you guys.
Yes.
Moving forward, honestly, guys, we will really keep our promise. We'll bring more guests for you, guests that are already very successful in the Airbnb industry and other type of buy and hold cash flowing industries as well. So we're gonna be doing more of that and announcing it way earlier. So that's it for today, guys. We really just wanted to update you guys, let you guys know we're still alive, we're still active, we're still here. Apologize for the two Tuesday and not apologize at the same time because we were busy. We're busy, making things happen. So yeah, that's the update for me. Oh, one story is I'm stuck with an Airbnb. I don't know how we missed this. We have an Airbnb in Prince George County. It's supposed to be a really good one. What we missed the fact that the county requires homestead. That's kind of like killing me because now it's like I have a property fully renovated, fully furnished, fully designed, and is how the heck do I deal with this homestead situation where I own this property under an LLC? Do I find somebody to put their homestead there? I pay them a few bucks, but then now I have to add somebody on my property deed. I don't even know how to deal with it, to be honest. Like I'm stuck with a vacant, highly furnished property, stressing me out.
Right.
Stressing me out. Nothing stops me from sleeping at night because I know it's part of the business. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's just a bummer that we've missed that because that's really important. So yeah, I'm trying. I'm ordering an appraisal to see what it could appraise for, maybe explore other exit strategies. But I'm thinking about the whole design and furniture. Is like, what the heck? What the heck do I do with it now?
Yeah, it's
Right.
that's part of, I guess, being in real estate. I have a similar situation. We bought a property. We thought it would be a midterm, then it didn't work out. So I'm like, let's do short term. Turns out we run the numbers. The property manager walked through it. He's like, you would have to make so many changes to make money in this market during this time in Dallas, in this particular property. So we're stuck again. But you know what? Like sometimes that frustration that just happened to you, Mamadou, and it's happening to me, I'm like, that is part of getting your feet wet and actually taking action. Like I will know and you will know what to do with this situation because it happened to us. But before I was scared. I'm like, well, I don't know every single thing. So let's do it. No, you have to still do it and get burnt a little bit and figure out, how to move around these obstacles because they will happen,
Yeah, 100%. And now I have more stories to tell to my students, guys. I can show you, which I already have plenty. This is why, like, this is also part of the process that I enjoy because it's not always about just talking about the wins. You cannot always have home runs. You cannot always have. Sometimes you can predict 10K cash flow. You end up listing the property and you're only making 7. Guys, it happens. if you're gonna bitch about this type of things, don't even start. Don't even get into real estate. Don't even start. I'm telling you right now, like it happens, it's fine. This is also where scaling comes into play. You cannot just own 2 or 3 properties. Otherwise, like it's not worth your time. You have to own a bunch of them. So a few of them will give you headaches, but bunch of them will be performing. So I never complain about shit. I just look at this as this is another great story I can tell. A lot of reels gonna be coming out of these YouTube videos. My mentees, my students will learn from my mistakes, so I don't have to go through that mistake.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. My private lenders, we have great relationships, so they're all like, "Hey, let's just figure it out, find a different way. You know, we'll wait it out." Which is another thing. So, what's up, Mr. Yasser? One of the leaders in New Jersey. So yeah, guys. So here's the update. I don't know what you guys think for next Tuesday. I think it's better we bring a guest next Tuesday, guys, for our comeback. I'm gonna, maybe let's try to get your guy, Hung, the guy from Florida. What is his name? The fashion guy. Man, what's his name? I forgot his name. Is it Bullock?
JB.
Oh, JB. He's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
JB
JB
Bullock.
is awesome. Yeah, I
All right,
actually just spoke to Aiden, his business partner,
Okay.
this morning actually. So yeah, for sure, and I think he would love to.
Can you try to see if he'll be up to come on next Tuesday as a guest for us? That would be dope.
For sure.
If
for
he
sure.
is, let me know so we can put him on the flyer. And whoever else you think of, Marta, maybe we can line them up. Maybe like 3 Tuesdays consecutively, we can just bring some guests because I think they've heard enough of our own stories as well.
Yeah,
And,
we kind of have to come up with specific topics because, depending on what we're covering, we can come up with different people and guests, right? So it's all Airbnb related, but there's midterm. We can bring Tanisha to talk a little bit.
I think,
right?
I think let's stick to like guests in the buy and hold space. It doesn't matter if they're doing midterm, pad split, Airbnb, as long as it's aligned with the cash flow metrics goal. Like because when we bring a guest, we're talking about their stories, not about us. It's asking them how are you being successful in your own niche, how you getting your deals, how you getting your funding. So it's their story. So like anybody is in the buy and hold space, like Tanisha, for example, for midterms, why not, right? There's so many people that we have that are doing really great in their own space and they do things differently. So they're just gonna come on here and tell their story as well.
Yeah, we'll do that for sure. One more thing I forgot to mention, I started doing the Zoom series for Sub 2 community. So if any of you guys are in Sub 2, on Wednesdays at 11 a.m., I have a audit, like Airbnb audit and hospitality, like how to get 5-star reviews and not end up like this guy that I stayed with and get a 1-star review. So that's my specialty. That's what I love talking about. If you guys want to learn a little bit more, the first one is already uploaded, I think, to Sub 2 Zoom Vault. And there'll be 3 more on like more specific topics. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. Arizona time.
There you have it, guys. So if you're part of Sub 2, make sure you join that one. Tap into with us on social media, all platforms, guys. TikTok, all platforms, guys. Tap in with us. I'm on all platforms you can think of. Snapchat, LinkedIn, whatever. Just tap in, search me. I'm in. Yes, I am. I'm on Snapchat because in Europe they use that a lot. So I'm trying to be international, not national. So I'm on all these platforms.
Mr. International.
I started creating content in French. You're gonna see my YouTube in French as well. Yeah. So and Fulani too, so I can talk to my community as well.
So I start speaking Polish then, I guess.
There's a lot of private money in my community, but unless you speak in the language, they won't give you watch your shit. It's like the Hispanic community. I mean, every community have that. So like if you can create content around them and the language, they relate more to it. It speaks to their heart, and it brings that trust. It is what it is. It's just how it. But they got that moolah. So I'll speak Mandarin if I could get private money from Asians. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys. So tap in with us every social media platform you can think of. Follow these 2 beautiful people. Next Tuesday we'll bring a guest. We'll announce which guest it is. I'm hoping we can get Bullock. I don't know why I call him Bullock, but
JB.
Yeah. Mr. JB. I call him the fashion dude.
He's like
always looking good.
He looks like a god when you have like. When you have like some strobe light around him, man. Oh my God, dude. This man is beautiful.
Oh,
people are not ready for him.
We're not ready for him.
Yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, until next time, guys. Until the next one. If you have any, oh yes, sir, we're gonna have you for sure. I'm gonna reach out to you. Leave your comments below. Let us know if there is a guest that you want us to bring on. Put their name in the comments, and we'll add them in our
Yes.
list and reach out. Okay. So like our network is so big that I think we can. That's not. It's not going to be an issue. We just need to plan and let them know beforehand. We're gonna have
Yep.
actually we're gonna have pace. We need to have pace on here.
We should have
Um,
pace. We
yeah,
should
I
have
will
pace.
reach out to his. He did post. He told me the lady to reach out to for him to be
We
a
we
guest on the
we
podcast.
we should have him on, like, I don't know, like our 50th or 52nd.
Yeah, because he did say that he will not come on your podcast unless you've done however many episodes. He said that at the mastermind for business buying. So he said, like, don't approach me with your podcast unless you've had, I think he said like 50 episodes or so. So I'm like, let's
Nice.
crank these up. But
That's
Abraham
easy.
will come. Abraham told me I'll go to your first
Oh
episode.
yeah, Abraham Gray. Boom. There you go. Let's
Yeah,
go. We can have
will
Abraham.
come.
Yeah,
And
we
he-
can, and
Anyway.
you can be in person with that one.
Yeah, I'll be in his
Just
studio.
have
That would
to
be a
make
fun
sure
one.
you do that blink, for the cuss words, because he likes to be creative with his words,
I like cussing too. It's only when Martha is around I try to hold it. But
Well,
I
no,
like his
it's a
cussing.
podcast. I didn't think you can do that. I think
Uh,
we were on one of Pace's podcasts on Friday, and Abraham was like, very creative with his words, and somebody counted how many times he said the F word. And then they said, I think you said it 30 times. He's like, F, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's like, I really controlled myself. I'm like, oh my God. But he's
yeah,
such
yeah,
a good dude, such a good person. I love that man.
absolutely,
He
absolutely.
can cuss a little
So
bit for my
I
life.
know, right? So with that being said, guys, we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Leave a comment, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and tap in, connect with everybody here on their respective social media. And we'll see you on the next one. Any last words, guys?
Ciao. Bye, guys. Oh, no,
That's
don't.
it.
Ong is not preaching today, guys. We'll preach next week.
Preaching will take 20 minutes.
Let's go. I'm so
All right,
hyped.
guys.